Where, oh where should I go? What is next on the Mad Nomadder's plate? Deep in the heart of Texas. Yep, that's right. Texas is coming. We're coming. Lots of information in these books. I have scoured these books for hours. Me and Gypsy Lynn has begun. What's this? We're going to Southern California too? How is that possible? How are we going to get there? How? We're going to get there through Route 66. That's how we're going to do it. Route 66. That's the goal. That is the goal. Now I'll show you the route. I'm hoping to get some screen captures here. We're going to see how that goes. And maybe everyone else can give me some ideas. Specifically, you know, through here. I pretty much know everywhere we're going to stop on Route 66. I've been on it a couple times already. And we're hoping we're going to try one end to the other, but I'm not going to promise. Gypsy Lynn has been doing very much in this adventure hunting here. She's trying to make this one grand adventure here. So she's been going online, ordering pamphlets of stuff from San Antonio, Missouri, Louisiana, because we're going to cross those states, Mississippi. I don't think we got anything from Alabama, though. I know we're going through there and part of Georgia to get to here. And we may do it a different route. So, we'll see. Every year I go, I ask Gypsy Lynn for one of these books for Christmas or Easter or something to read through so we know what to survive in all these places. And you can tell by the thickness of the books where the most people die at in national parks. Yosemite, Yellowstone, Grand Canyon, then Glacier. So there's all kinds of stuff, information about how they died, where they died at, murders, and everything else. These books are a wealth of information. This next little section is for Brendan the Gent specifically. These are the books I was telling you about. They got Ghost Towns of the Southwest, Mountain West, Pacific Northwest, California, and the Northwest. These books tell you the name of the cities, how to get there, or ghost towns, not cities. So they got a lot of, well, look at that. Wow. You know what that, oh, wow. Yeah, these are the books you need, and like I said, I think you can pick them up on Amazon for less than $10 a piece, and at least 254 pages total for each of them. This one may be this one's a different author, but same premise, but in black and white. So there you go. This is what I need the help on right here. Now we're leaving right here in Clarksburg, and we're going to go all the way down through, you know, Virginia, a little bit of Tennessee here. We'll go through Atlanta even. Well, not Atlanta. We're going through Georgia, but we're going through a little bit of this little park here. Maybe we might around Lookout Mountain. Now I think they got a little place where rocks are and overlooks. But it depends on what time of the night we leave. Now we're going to go through Birmingham, Alabama. Go through a little bit of Mississippi and Shreveport until we get to Fort Worth, Texas. There's going to be a few things there. I'm hoping to meet up with some fellow YouTubers around this area, and everything works out, and we can at least go out for supper or dinner, depending on what time I make it there. And after meeting up with them, I'm going to try to do a couple things at the stockyards, and maybe there's a fountain there from a Logan's Run filming location I would really love to see. Now, after we leave that area, we're going to go down to Waco, do the Dr. Pepper, and there's a couple other things I'm trying to keep secret about this area that we want to do. As we go down, we're going to do a little bit of Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff. So I'm going to go to some filming locations, some places to eat around here. Now, that's, for those people who don't know, I'm a big-time Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, so that is a must. till we get down to San Antonio, which I'm hoping to meet one of my favorite YouTubers down there. So we'll see how that goes. If all the stars align, that's the plans to do, the Alamo, some of the missions. There's some other little things around there. We're going to stay at the one of the hotels down here that's supposedly haunted. So we'll see. After we leave San Antonio, we're going to drive west. We're going to go to Del Rio and Langtree. We're going to discover Judge Roy Bean. A little bit of old Texas history there. Then we're going to drive to Marathon till we get to Big Bend National Park, if it is open. There seems to be some water shortages around here, so we'll have to see. The whole trip was based on Big Bend National Park, so we'll see. Then we're going to go to this old little ghost town in Terlingua. Hopefully we can stay all night in Lajitas. Now, there's a nice little resort down there. We're trying to see. Now, everyone has to remember, we don't make reservations, so if we don't make it that far and we got to stay somewhere else, so be it. I mean, that's just the way we are. And we're going to drive up to Alpine and Marfa. Maybe we can see some of those lights in the sky at Marfa. Now, we debated about doing a couple of things here. This is when our paths really changed. We thought about going up through this way to Fort Davis, and I'm thinking it's Balmeria. It could be Balmeria, or I don't know, and going to the Monahans Desert, sand dunes. But I don't know. We're going to have to cut some things out to do everything, and we may fall in love with Texas and say, you know what, we're just going to do Texas altogether this year and shorten this trip. But this is the long version, just in case. So then we're going to go up through the Guadalupe Mountains, National Park there. I'm going to retrieve my dignity back in Carlsbad Caverns National Park. That is one of my videos I have that everybody loves and hates. So a lot of my great reviews come from that one. So once we go back there, now I've tormented my wife about restopping at the Living Desert State Park. Well, we went there a couple years ago, and we got in. We started walking around this little area here. I think it was $10 to get in. Well, we didn't make it too far. I think we got maybe right to here, and we heard rattlesnakes. We hightailed it out. So we didn't do much of that, and it's always been a joke of ours. And after we leave there, we're going to go back through Artesia. I might stop at the old hat place again where I bought my first cowboy hat right there. Go back to Roswell, redo a couple things over because we missed a couple things. Go up through the Lincoln, Capitan, Ruidoso area. There's some Billy the Kid stuff there, and Smokey the Bear's grave is around here, so I got to pay homage to my little bear. Then we're going to drive down to Alamogordo and do the white sand dunes. Go through Las Cruces. Go through Deming, and eventually end ourselves in Benson. Now, there was a thing. For miles and miles, we saw signs for the thing. Well, we just, out here on the East Coast, when I see big signs like that, for some reason, I thought it was a fireworks stand or something, So I was like, I'm not stopping there. Well, years later, we found out what it was, and we should have stopped. So then we're going to Tombstone, spend a few hours there, and hopefully stay all night in Bisbee. Now, there's some old mining town down there, and we'll have to see. We'll have to play that by ear. Once we leave Bisbee, we're going to go back to Saguaro National Park. Once we go to Saguaro National Park, we're going to go to the old Tucson studios where a lot of old westerns were filmed. Leaving there, we're going to go to Goldfield Ghost Town, go through the Sonoran Desert. Now, there's some little towns through here that we're going to stop for different little things. And eventually, we're going to end up right here in Yuma. And we want to see the territorial prison there. Then we're going to stop at Felicity. The center of the world is supposedly there, so can't wait to see what that's all about. Drive up to the Imperial Sand Dunes. I'm going to recreate some Star Wars scenes there, hopefully, if everything plans out. And then go up to Slab City and Salvation Mountain. Now, I need some definite advice on this area because I'm not sure, because when I drove my Google car here, I could only get as far as about right, I don't know, down here. So I don't know if they allow filming down in Slab City or just East Jesus, or if this is just like a community. Not sure. So we're going to have to figure out that. And the Salton Sea. Now, I don't know about any of these towns through here. I saw a video one time by Justin Scard where he did a video on it, and I'd just like to have more advice on that too, if able. And we're going to stop in Mecca. Now, Mecca has the International Banana Museum of the World here. So there's some cool things going in Mecca. And we're going to go through Indio. I think there's a couple things we want to do through there. Eventually, we're hoping to make a home base out of Palm Springs. Once we leave Palm Springs, I don't know if we're going to go through Joshua Tree this way or Joshua Tree that way. So one way or the other, we're going to end up in Joshua Tree. But that's why I'm wondering how we should go, because we want to go see the Cabazon dinosaurs while we're out there. And I may brave it. I don't know. We'll have to see on traffic if I'm going to drive through San Bernardino or not. I like to see the original McDonald's and the museum or whatever is out there. But eventually we're going to go to Pioneer Town. It's an old West town. And this is when the vacation starts to wind down. We're going to go all the way up to hit Victorville. This is when Route 66 begins for us. Unless, like I said, depends on how I feel about the traffic after leaving here. I'll judge everything, but I imagine this is the route we'd go. Now, we're going to do all Route 66 stuff that we can. I'm going to make a pit stop up here in Calico, then come on down. Now, it wouldn't take me through Amboy to Danboy. I don't know if the road's closed or... because I read that portions of it has been closed lately because of storms or the road's just done for. So if we have to stop by and go up this way instead of this way, I'm going to stop through, go to Kelso and the Mojave National Preserve. Eventually we'll end up in Needles, and hopefully I can do some Easy Rider stuff there. Once we leave Needles, we're going to go through Topak, Oatman, Kingman, go up to Chloride, then back down to Santa Claus, then go back on Route 66 to all the stuff. Hackberry's a great place. Then there's Peach Springs up through there, Seligman, Williams, and then I'm going to make another pit stop and stop at Flintstone's Bedrock City. I've been there once, and I don't know if it's going to be there too much longer, so I like to go there one last hoorah. And if I'm going this far up just to see that, I'm going to go to the Grand Canyon. I mean, we've done it once, but I think it'll still be there before that. And once we leave there, I may end up taking this way out through here. Now, this little roadway through Cameron is great. So they probably won't backtrack, but we're going to go and end up in Sedona again. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot Winona. And then we're going to do Winslow, go through Holbrook, stop at all the Twin Arrows again, and Meteor City. A lot of these places we've done a couple times. It's just, how much longer are they going to be there? So I'd like to see them again at least one last time. And go up through Gallup. And this is when stuff starts getting new again for us. The last time we made it up through here was nighttime. So we went this way at nighttime. So, but this time we're going to go up through Santa Fe, the old Route 66 way, instead of the medium 66 way. We're going to go the old way. Hit up Santa Fe. Not really going to Las Vegas. I just needed a way up, so it didn't point down to that way. And then we're going to go through Santa Rosa. I'm going to return to Fort Sumter. In 2012, we were out here. I did not take a camcorder and do anything in that area. I took pictures, but no camcorder, so 5 years later or so, that's the deal now. go back up to Tucumcari, stop at like Adrian, Vega, Shamrock, McLean, Amarillo, do the Cadillac Ranch, sign my name and all that. And then Palo Duro Canyon right there. We may drive there. That may be out. And basically, all the way through different kinds of Route 66 stops here until we get to Tulsa. Then from Tulsa, continue Route 66 until we get to Wilmington. Again, I'm bypassing another big city in Chicago. And, well, St. Louis. But we debated about even bypassing St. Louis. But I kind of want to go back to Hannibal. Hannibal's a great town. But, again, sometimes when you go on these vacations, when you get to these places, they're closed. We got there about 5, 6 p.m. Shops are all closed. So we wouldn't mind maybe cutting a little bit corners on Route 66 and hitting back up to Hannibal. Then going to Wilmington. Or we may just say, we're tired, we've done enough. And just head on home, skip all this. Because we've done all this before, except up to Bloomington. Wilmington, the only thing there I really want to see is the Gemini Giant. And that's just another muffler man. Then just head on home. And that's the major vacation we're planning. Will it happen? I don't know. It depends on my wife's health. It depends on, work still. So there's a lot of, variance here. So, I got the agenda done. Try to contact all the people that I could that I'm hoping to meet in my ways in Texas. So we'll see how it goes. If all the stars align, we'll go there. Now, what I mean by doing some work-related stuff, I have to end up going here for a week. All this. I'm not used to big cities. I'm bypassing them. San Bernardino, L.A. and Chicago want to bypass St. Louis. Well, I got to drive in the thick of this here soon. And I'll be there for a week. So, glorious times there. And last but not least, I got one more thing planned for the summer. Going from Clarksburg up here, all the way to Mount Airy. Going to do some Andy Griffith stuff there. Then I'm going to go to this town here. I'm going to meet one more YouTuber, and I'm hoping he's game to eat a little Bojangles, because you know what? I've never had a Bojangles before, so that'll be quite the experience to eat there. So, now, if any of you guys can help us, please do. Thoughts, places to avoid, places, that's must-see. Leave it in the comments section, and do what you can for me, please. I need all the advice we can get, because it's going to happen